was an impressive 9.2% last year. That is, an annual income of around ₹100 per person per month. Sounds good, right? But how much of this goes towards augmenting the income of state and Andaman-based tribal community? The answer is practically nil. India, with its diverse cultures, religions and languages, is the best example of exclusive growth. The greater the diversity, the easier bred the sense of exclusion. It is alleged that over the past decade, the record growth has benefited only the upper caste. Exclusive growth also exists in the developed countries. Some months ago, in France, riots erupted as the minorities felt threatened when they were excluded from certain social and economic activities. Friends, in my opinion, inclusive growth is definitely a utopia. As in 2004, UPA has spoken about the betterment of the Aam Aadmi and the National Common Minimum Program. But somehow, the common man's welfare has probably lost sight in the euphoria of record economic growth. P. Chidambaram claims that poverty will be completely wiped out by 2040. I would like to ask my worthy opponents, isn't 2040 quite far away? Similar promises were also made at the time of independence. And 60 years hence, the marginalized groups, including the women as well as minorities, do not get their fair share in the development pie. Their representation in the government, corporate, education and various other fields is abysmal. The trickle-down theory doesn't work at all. We rank fourth in the number of billionaires, but 126 in Human Development Index, worse than Ethiopia. Isn't it ironical? Inclusive growth continues to be a dream, as the rich are growing richer and the poor poorer. This inequality creates a mindset of its own. Choppers from Latur will fare poorly now. Reason? Power cut. A 15-minute power cut in Mumbai is good enough to provide 2 hours of electricity to the whole of Vidarbha. But we would rather deny education to the children of Vidarbha for 2 hours to please the affluent in Mumbai. Similar is the case with the slum dwellers in the urban areas. I would also like to bring to your notice the fact that reservations do not cater to inclusive growth. As last year, an SC/ST IM graduate was paid lower than a general IM graduate by the same company. Why such discrimination? Such is our mindset, blind and ignorant. Terrorist activities, corruption and gender inequality further hinder inclusive growth. Friends, I would like to ask you, has the high rate of growth led to any improvement in the education, health, life expectancy, child mortality and malnutrition of the excluded? The answer is definitely no. The marginalized continue to be neglected and do not even get the basic amenities of life. Honorable judges, growth must have a purpose, a character. Devoid of fairness and equity, growth for the sake of growth is like a cancer cell. The faster it grows, the quicker you die. Thank you.